Okay, so now that we've finished with our opening lessons for today, we're going to now switch to social studies. We've been learning about what? What have we been learning about, you guys? Can anybody tell me?
Landmarks.
Landmarks, awesome. And then in particular, we've been talking about the Oregon Trail, right?
Yes.
So for this lesson today, these are our 3 learning targets. Can I get a volunteer to read my first learning target? Connor.
I can describe what landmark the Dunn family reached today.
Awesome, very good job. Okay, who can read this next one? Amber.
I can describe what the landmark looks like by identifying 2 defining physical features.
Good job. That was a little rough one, huh? We maybe want to talk about that one in a second. So let's see what the third one can be. Who can read that one for me? Connor.
I can describe 2 ways the landmark helped the Dunn family.
Perfect. So now that we've talked about all of the learning targets for today, does anybody look up here and see any words that they don't know? If you do, raise your hand. Don't be afraid. Connor?
What physical features?
Physical features. Now this is a new word that we have not yet talked about. I'm glad you actually pointed that out. So physical features can mean a lot of different things. Can we do a turn and talk and figure out what physical features might mean for this subject, for the Oregon Trail, and for going down landmarks, learning about social studies? What can that be? So why don't we have a turn and talk real quick?
Well, physical, like, you're strong and stuff. So maybe, like, physical features would be, like, things that are in the map or, like, on the Oregon Trail. Like, that would be resources, maybe.
Good job, you guys. I actually have already heard some really good answers to that question. So I think, Amber, is it okay if you share with the class what you heard?
Yeah, I was thinking physical features might be, like, things that you would see on a map or, like, geographical.
Good, that's a good word. We talked about that a couple days ago, the geological physical parts of a map. So now we're going to actually move on, unless anybody has any other questions about this. Do we now understand this learning target? It's kind of a bigger one than we've been working on before. Yeah.
Who's the Dunn family?
Oh, don't you remember that the Dunn family is our neighbors? We're pretending now that our neighbors, exactly.
Okay.
So that's actually what I was about to retouch with you guys. So this is our special diary that we got from the Peel family, the neighbors. And we, as an entire class, we're a big, huge family. This is a big family, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So the Peel family knew that the traveling over the mountains and way over to the Oregon is a really long, tough journey. And they wanted to make sure that we get over nice and safe and we don't get lost. Mm-hmm. So they sent us their journal that one of their kids wrote, Beverly. Do you guys maybe want to think about what she would write about? Just do a little think inside your head. When I first got this, I was thinking she could write about lots of different things, what they saw, what they ate, what they did. This one in particular focuses on all the geological and man-made features that they found every day during their journey. So from now on, every morning after we get done with our morning routine, we're going to read one of these journal entries and then do a short journal entry of our own, recording facts that kind of correlate to this. And then at the very end, we're going to use all that information, your own information, to label a map just so that you for sure know where we're going. So I have our first journal entry. And why don't we work through this one together? So I'm going to have somebody read this for me real quick. Can anybody volunteer for that? Perfect. Good job, Connor. So you just read this part, and we're going to talk about that picture too.
May 6th. It has been over a month since we left Independence, Missouri. We know this because today we finally came to Alcove Springs. We know we would get there after we crossed the Blue Mountains before the Great Plains. Alcove Springs is a nice place to rest. We know we have been traveling so hard, and the soft ground and the fresh spring water helps us rest. The water keeps our ox full of water. All of us in the family finally had a good bath. Mama was worried that if we didn't get a bath soon, she might get sick. After a few days here, I know we might move on. I wonder where our next stop will be. Beverly.
Good job. Okay, so now we're gonna all talk about what the journal entry had and reflect on that while we write our entry. You guys did a really good job reading that. Why don't we start maybe making a web of what we could talk about?